Final thoughts, part two. What I think has gotten to be so hard to describe after learning about enlightenment and meditation and Tibetan culture and monks and nuns and holy people and His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In graduating college during the Great Recession, and then slowly getting less healthy and eventually being diagnosed with chordoma. Has to do with time and the memories from all of these parts of my life. The progress I've made, and now the future, bleak, frustrating, and slow thinking and fast thinking. And so I had this recollection of being younger in Arizona and watching the news and seeing the space shuttle fly up in outer space. And tragedy like September 11th and the Gulf War, watching rockets and bullets and the Iraq War and the invasion and then the Afghanistan War, and also when there used to be people walking around the world murdering people. They were called serial killers. And now being 36 and now having done all of this stuff with neuroscience and medicine and having the belief in helping people and having learned so much about how to have psychological cognition, how to be quiet enough where your neighbor doesn't hear you talk too loud and start hitting your wall out of terror and maybe disbelief. Hearing someone try to go to school and not understanding, maybe, well, why are they over there doing that stuff? This just ain't the place for those kinds of stuff. But never ever hearing about someone who can recognize what I've learned to observe and then choose to consciously watch what they can do with some colors, with some friends, with some politics. Go on Facebook, go on Twitter, and elsewhere. Network in the apartment building you live, maybe, such as, here now, with people going from room to room, just and the landlord cheering people on during these kinds of activities as the most beneficial and helpful for health. And I'm not able to figure out, with what I've learned about psychology, psychiatry, the brain, body, and mind, to sort out, well, why has there been so many serial killers? Why have we figured out how to get rid of the bully who kills and murders, but we can't resolve the bully who abuses and causes suffering with just a little bit less than death occurring? And also not been able to recognize and find some sort of solution to the problem where people are just socially powerful, socially conscious, socially similar to God, Buddha, Jesus, Allah, Krishna. It never had a real painstakingly necessary and difficult conversation about how the serial killers seem to have kind of gone away, and they're not, Dahmer, and they're not Manson, and they're not the green something killer from Washington State. And the same has not occurred for the social misdirection, confusion, causing drugs, causing people to no longer get excited about where they live in the world, no longer able to say, well, I was just trying to say hi, and not have someone potentially assault or have the police show up to sort stuff out. Or someone just hears and then comes over and says, hey, not okay. You're being mean. When a person was trying to have words shared, have energy transferred and then brought back, there's no longer the energy being shared. There are the rules, the restrictions, the guidelines, the best, and the person who needs to shut up and stop. So the final thought has to do with freedom. Do you go after whoever, does a person go after the freedom promised on the land they live and call home? Say, well, no, there's only one other option. You demand the freedom. Otherwise, say out loud, well, I want to try to figure out my freedom. I want to discover it. I want to, find out in 10 years and then cry myself to sleep because I'm so proud and so alive from the hard work to get to now. Choices, options, consciousness. Blah. Huh? What? Brain, mind, body, whole. Time. (10:30). Bleh. There should be enough to explain the light in my face. There should be enough to explain, have you ever considered psychological cognition, playtime, health, brain and mind and body? Not for any sort of reward or stimulus or benefit or economic value, but to get what you see and to know what you hear with attention, awareness, consciousness, spontaneous thinking and speaking and saying, sounds and languages and words and feelings in a less complicated, in a less dramatic, in a less prohibitive freedom, voice, echo, and behavior. The end.